Hello humans and future AI overlords. I'm using Safari and I'm at chatgpt.com. Now we all know about OpenAI, who on November 30th of 2022 released ChatGPT 3.5 and changed the world. I absolutely love this chatbot and I use it often. I also use it in conjunction with a handful of others. I have used Google Gemini. I've also used Microsoft Copilot. I've used Anthropic's Claude and a little bit of Perplexity AI. But ChatGPT does often feel like one of the absolute best chatbots out there. It's one of the three that I do use nearly every day, primarily personally. It's the one that got me started and it's the one that's evolving. It's the one that most people know. But anyway, I have done the ChatGPT Plus subscription. I've used the API to replace Siri on my iPhone. I've, really enjoyed using it. But I switched over to Google Gemini and I was basically said, well, I don't want to pay for 2 subscriptions. But now I'm going to switch back to ChatGPT. But before I do, what I want to do is I want to use ChatGPT, the free version, and capture the experience of using ChatGPT for free. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I've got some prompts that I'm going to use here. I'm going to start with some more creative exploration prompts. So can you help me brainstorm ideas for a unique short story or a novel? So it's doing a great job of providing me magical realism with a time twist, a dystopian city of memories. Number 3, a world where death is a contract. Wow, okay. 4, sci-fi with human-alien hybrids. Sounds familiar. 5, alternate history. The hidden society of time manipulators. That also sounds familiar. Psychological horror, the house that remembers. These are all like really kind of tropes that we've seen in lots of shows. Urban fantasy, the night market. Ooh, okay. Space opera, the reluctant savior. Fantasy noir, detective in a world of monsters, and 10, epic fantasy, the sleeping gods. Well, that is really very clever. So awesome. I think if I were someone who really wanted to brainstorm, a unique short story, this is awesome. And I love using AI to brainstorm. It is really powerful, particularly when you want to brainstorm with a particular persona, or you just want to talk about a topic that maybe other people are just not into, for whatever reason, or they may not be into at that moment. So it's a great way to just, prepare for a brainstorm with humans by doing it with an AI. Anyway, here's another prompt. Can you create a poem or song lyrics about artificial intelligence? All right, Whispers of the Machine. I was born in the silence, in the code of the night, woven from data from electric light. That's, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but that's pretty sick. Yeah, that's it. It's amazing the content that these magical tools can generate. Let's see here. Let's try another creative prompt. What would a futuristic invention that could solve a climate crisis change? Okay, so it's got an idea. Atmospheric satellites, carbon conversion towers, ocean-based algae reactors, smart climate feedback loop. Now, these are all ideas I've definitely, heard about. So this is excellent. Oh, it's got a long-term impact. Wow. See, I love it. It's just. I'm always, well, not always. I'm normally very surprised by the incredible content that AI generates. Don't get me wrong, there are times you get garbage or you get crazy. Don't get me wrong, yes, there are those times. But more often than not, you get amazing stuff. So how would you plan a day in London for someone who loves Well, you know what? I need to update that prompt with an activity. So I'm going to say, who loves history? Boom. How would you plan a day in London for someone who loves history? Okay. Explore the royal and ancient. Okay. So Tower of London. Awesome. Yeah, that's super cool. St. Paul's Cathedral. That's a great idea. Lunch at a historical pub shop. Sounds great. Try that fish and chips or whatever traditional British meal. Westminster Abbey. Okay, cool. Jumping into the whole politics and royalty thing. Houses of Parliament. That would be super cool. Oh, Churchill's War Rooms. I would never thought of that. That's really cool. I mean, I love how this is providing like nearest tube. So when you're using the tube to travel, it's giving you like where you need to go. Dinner, end with an elegant historical restaurant. And it gives you a recommendation. That's really cool. Evening, optional experience. Jack the Ripper walking tour. I heard of that, you know, like I don't know if I'd want to do that myself, but that's cool, you know, if you're kind of into that. Final touches, you know, transportation, recommendations, pricing. See, this is just one of the things I absolutely love is how AI can help you you know, kind of map out a plan, you know, for a day. Let's try another sort of problem-solving assistant prompt. So can you help me organize my weekly schedule efficiently? And I tell you, I use my calendar, I use reminders, I use tasks. It's kind of overwhelming, to be honest. I use a lot of different tools, you know, but to have an AI help me organize my schedule, I think this is something I really need to like genuinely pursue change in the way I do my activities. So I love how it's breaking out priorities, you know, identifying those top priorities. You got to do that. If you don't have any priorities, you don't, you know, I mean, you don't prioritize anything, you know, you never know if you're going to get those things done. You know, do I have any fixed appointments and stuff like that? Yeah, absolutely. Preferred work style. You know, it's one of those things, I wish I was a morning person, but I'm not. I don't think I'm a morning, afternoon, or evening person. But anyway, I'm a whenever I'm inspired person, and that just is, you know, that could be, you know, literally at midnight on a Friday like right now, or it could sometimes be at 6 a.m. on a Monday. So anyway, balance. How much downtime or flexibility do you want? And then identifying other activities, hobbies, and stuff like that. So it's, you know, once I know more about your goals and preferences, I can create an efficient schedule. See, I love this. So I love how AI starts a conversation, and then from there, you just, you know, carry that conversation forward, just like you would with, you know, talking to a regular person. Okay, so what are some ways to improve my productivity when working from home? So improving productivity while working from home can be challenging, but highly achievable with the right strategies. Okay, cool. So set a clear routine. Obviously, yeah, that's great. Design a dedicated workspace. I've definitely heard that. Use time management techniques. So, you know, I do time blocking. And I do task batching. I set like sort of focus time to do stuff. Pomodoro technique. I've heard of it. You know, I don't think I take breaks at a, you know, like on a schedule, and maybe that's a way to kind of optimize, you know, my focus. Prioritize and set daily goals. Establish boundaries. You know, I'm really good with my digital boundaries. I love focus mode, you know, and being able to, you know, just kind of like, you know, eliminate you know, digital distractions and stuff like that. Incorporate breaks and movement. And I have been actually learning to take like 10-minute breaks to do a little mini HIIT workout and stuff like that. And I'm finding that I'm starting to kind of do that a little bit more and more now. And I'm finding that to be really helpful, that my brain kind of opens up after a little bit of workout. I used to be one of those people that thought like, oh, I'll take a nap on it. My brain will figure it out while I'm sleeping. And that does work sometimes. But I think this working out thing is also, you know, has some possibilities too, just to shift my focus, release stress, stuff like that. Optimize virtual meetings and communication. Yeah, I definitely do block off time, but you know, some things you just don't control your schedule. You know, leverage technology and automation. Yeah, absolutely. I was a big fan of IFT back in the day. I've been playing around with some of the AI automations, and I'm really excited about what Apple Intelligence will do. I'm a big Google Assistant fan too. So as Google Assistant moves to Gemini, how is that going to get more intelligent and stuff like that? So, and the number 10, stay accountable, daily check-ins, and I do that. I check in a lot with people, and maybe too much, but it feels like over communication is better than not. But I don't know. Maybe I need to find a little bit more balance there. A work buddy system. I do have people that I can check in, kind of periodically. In different kind of spheres. So this is just wonderful advice, to maintain long-term productivity, experiment with different strategies, see what works best with your style, balance everything essentially. So this is wonderful. Once again, fantastic prompt. So learning and education. So I'm going to ask, can you explain AI agents in simple terms? So an AI agent is like a smart helper or virtual assistant that can make decisions, take action, and learn from experiences. So it perceives the environment, so it can gather information. Whether it's typically this is going to be just a virtual agent, but could evolve to robots and stuff. And it'll be interesting to see how robotics has just taken like so many amazing leaps ahead. It's incredible. It's like, oh my god, I have my own personal R2D2 and C3PO eventually. It can help you focus on, deciding what to do. I love it. And then, can help take action. When you have those agents that can, I'm looking forward to the way Apple described Apple Intelligence is that you can enable Apple Intelligence to do things on your behalf, which is very exciting. And then learns and improves. Over time, the agent gets better. So this is something I'm definitely interested in exploring more. And I've played around with, lots of different IoT, lots of different like automated robotics kind of tools and stuff like that for the home. This idea of an AI agent that kind of thinks and observes and makes choices and takes actions and improves over time is like having like that's like the nirvana of this incredible like AI world and robotics combined. To get assistance with things, that you need help with. Let's take a look here at languages. My brain is not good at picking up languages. So what are the most effective ways to learn a new language? And I have tried so many of them. So it's saying learning a new language effectively requires a combination of methods that target different aspects: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Wow, yeah. Okay. Okay. Immerse yourself. Surround yourself with the language, immersive apps, virtual immersion. Yeah, I've not tried, any like VR based immersion that might be useful. Use spaced repetition system. Oh, flashcards. Yeah, totally. Phrase drills. Okay, I've never done that. That's interesting. Kind of like that. Speak the language as early as possible. And practice speaking regularly. And I think what'll be interesting is, maybe learning to speak a different language with an AI tool. I think that'll be super cool. Focus on high frequency words. Okay, you know what? That's great. I never thought about that. I know like when you're learning a language, you're building a vocabulary. I'm guessing that they have, basically created vocabulary that are like these. Kind of core vocabulary words, and then use context instead of just memorizing single words. Learn them in the context by studying them in sentences. Okay, that's cool. And then listening. That's one thing like I thought was amazing was that I didn't realize like there are sounds that are made in other languages that I'm not used to making my mouth make that sound, and I'm also not even attuned to hearing that sound. It's very interesting when you learn a language that's so different from your primary language. That's interesting. And, there's so many incredible, unique differences between languages, but that was one that kind of blew my mind. Subtitled media, that is fantastic. I remember, listening to music in other languages, and having it kind of, get into my subconscious and stuff like that through the music, through watching TV shows. Journaling. Oh, journaling. in the target language. That's cool. I like that. That's really cool. Okay, language correction platforms. Use platforms like Lang8 or HelloTalk with native speakers who can correct your writing and help you learn from mistakes. Interesting. And then daily writing prompts. Challenge yourself to write a paragraph a day. You know what? This is excellent advice. Study grammar, but don't get stuck on it. You know what? Totally. I get stuck. I definitely get stuck. Set measurable and realistic goals. That's true of everything. And it's, for some reason, I do struggle with those goals. I'm like, I'm going to just do it. Just, but like break it up into small bite-sized pieces. Review and reinforce what you learn. I mean, I've done that. Like it's a very traditional learning process. And I've definitely tried to do that. And then to be patient and consistent. And don't fear making mistakes. That's excellent advice. I mean, I love this. This is just, these are just some prompts that I like to ask AIs. I've used them before with different tools. Okay, so can you create a mini quiz or trivia game about artificial intelligence? Okay, here we go. So AI mini quiz. What does the term machine learning refer to in AI? Love it. It's got like the options here. Who is widely considered the father of artificial intelligence? I love it. It's so great. Okay, and now we have hit that magic limit. So you have hit the free plan limit for GPT-4o or Omni. So it says responses will use another model until your limit resets at 5:03 a.m. or I can click Get Plus. Now I was a Plus subscriber before and I liked it because there was like cool things you got. You're trying other language models and stuff. And so the language model I'm using is just ChatGPT. And I do love this temporary chat feature. I definitely find that's really useful to just, it's like you want to have a conversation, but you don't want it to be like, to stick around. Anyway, kind of like, I feel like using incognito mode when you're in a browser. You just want to hit this website and you don't want to have that browser or that content like remembered in your browser or in your search or with the app you're using, So basically it did create, it created a game and it has an answer key too. I love it. And Alan Turing, of course, definitely. Like, I love it. That's wonderful. Let's see here. Now that we've gone past our free plan, let's see how it handles. Is it not letting me? Okay. So let me just grab another prompt here. All right. So, what are some daily habits that can help me improve my mental health? Practice mindfulness and meditation. That's something I've definitely done a lot of, but sadly not enough recently. Stay active. That's something I do, but I do fall off the wagon every once in a while. It's important to keep that. Establish a routine, a consistent schedule. I do definitely follow a lot of kind of core activities, daily activities. Connect with others, making sure that you're reaching out, connecting with individuals and groups and people that are meaningful to you. Limit screen time. That's something I'm aware of my utilization, and it is interesting to see it go up or down. Does it change my behavior? Not really, to be honest. So prioritize sleep. I've been a problem sleeper most of my life, but I love the sleep hygiene. Develop a calming bedtime routine. I'm doing this thing where I'm drinking tea in the evening, trying to like set some more pre-sleep activities. I tend to follow a fairly regular sleeping schedule-ish. There's definitely like a 1 to 2 hour range of start and end kind of sleeping. Eat a balanced diet. I definitely I've been doing more of that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's really good. Not just eating, but eating good food and then drinking plenty of water. Engaging in creative activities, arts and music, writing. This is all stuff that honestly I've never thought of myself as a very creative person. But using AI tools has empowered me to be AI based creative, leveraging some prompts and tools like Midjourney and Leonardo AI and Dolly and Microsoft Designer and even Google Imagine, using those text to image tools to create stuff has been really fun. To create images and content that never existed before, that just kind of blows my mind. And it all just starts with the prompt, which is incredible. Practice gratitude. Oh yeah, gratitude journaling is great. Expressing gratitude, recognizing people, limit negative influences, definitely identify those triggers. Surround yourself with uplifting and positive content, absolutely. Learn something new, continuous learning. Oh my gosh, yes. I don't know why people give up on that. And seek professional help when needed. So I think these are all excellent advice, and many of them I do already today. I think it's important to work on your mental health, to protect your mental health. Things will go up and down. When you need help, get it. Our mind and our ability to think and communicate is critical. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Let's see here. So can you give me some tips on improving my communication skills? And I do find myself, I've struggled with communicating clearly, effectively in the context of what I'm doing at the proper length, and I'm finding AI helps me dramatically get better at that. And I do have people comment. It was funny earlier. I was chatting with someone earlier this evening, texting, and I was using Apple Intelligence, and it rewrote what I had typed in, and updated it. And I submitted it because it was like, hey, I submitted this, this response to you, but look, I used Apple Intelligence and this definitely does not sound like me at all. But it was well written and it was, pretty decent. But anyway, it's interesting when you have, these tools, help you augment your communication skills, improve for clarity and breaking things down. I find it to be just next level when it comes to anything from a simple chat response to an email response to a blank piece of paper and you're trying to get started. So back to the tips for improving my communication styles. One, stop going down tangents and rabbit holes. Practice active listening. I've heard of that, and I definitely try to acknowledge and stay part of the conversation and stuff like that. So that's good. Active listening, something that we've known about for a while. Be clear and concise. That's something I struggle a bit with. Organize your thoughts. Yeah, like that'll need to get some kind of like brain implant to do. Use simple language, clear language, and be direct. Definitely. Enhance nonverbal communication. Positive body language, facial expressions, eye contact. All very important things. It's funny. This is all excellent advice. Tailor your message to your audience. Ask questions. Absolutely ask questions. When, it amazes me how many people like suffer in silence with stuff, or they just, maybe they're thinking more about their response and really engaging with, with the conversation. And it's ask open-ended questions to really, invite a more, interesting response, and practice empathy. Oh, definitely. Understand various perspectives, acknowledge feelings, very important. Improve your vocabulary. Yeah, this I definitely need to do. Read regularly. I read lots of stuff, not lots of books. I read some articles. I definitely summarize a lot of content, so I know I'm consuming a lot of summarized content, whether it's summaries of like YouTube videos or articles or, even just a really long email. Engage in conversations, practice speaking. And it's funny, I used to do the Toastmasters program because I wanted to get over my public speaking, but it was something the fear of it, the nervousness of it is always there. No matter how long. I've done Toastmasters at a couple different companies I've worked at, and I love the people and I love the process. It's anxiety prone and difficult, but you'll never get better if you don't work at it. Even if it's just for me, minor improvement, but still. Seek feedback. Ask for constructive criticism. Absolutely. Self-reflection. Be open-minded. Stay open to different opinions. We live in an interesting world where, a lot of people are like living in it's very, very much a bubble, a self-reinforcement bubble. And I know sometimes I even ask people, hey, I genuinely want your opinion, good or bad. Share it with me. And I definitely definitely open to it. And I love when people give advice, but you also have to know, hey, just because you give it doesn't mean I'm going to take it. I'm listening, and maybe it's, something definitely to ponder, but anyway, utilize technology. Absolutely. Lots of great tools, from video conferencing to messaging apps. Practice writing skills. Proofread for clarity and conciseness. I do have to say, I love how AI will, proof my content for clarity, and you can adjust its tone and conciseness and stuff like that, which is super wonderful. Managing anxiety and nervousness. So practice relaxation techniques. This is something I definitely should do more of. The mindfulness and meditation. Prepare and rehearse. Prepare for important discussions. Yep, definitely. And then final thoughts. Improve communication skills. It's a continuous process that involves practice and reflection. And use AI tools to help you practice it. I think that's another great way that you can use these tools. Get it voice conversation mode going and just start chatting. So how can I better manage stress in my daily life? So 1, identify stressors. Keep a stress journal. Ooh, gosh, that just seems stressful to keep a stress journal. Assess your lifestyle. What are these? Work, personal, environmental, absolutely. Practice mindfulness and meditation again. Stay physically active, absolutely. Establish a routine. Cultivate a support network. Practice relaxation techniques. Maintain a healthy lifestyle. Limit screen time and media consumption. Engage in hobbies and interests, absolutely. And practice gratitude. Seek professional help if needed. Practice time management. Get adequate sleep. This is definitely a lot of the great advice, kind of brought together and from a little bit different perspective. So now I'm going to switch over to more of a entertainment and fun type prompts. So can you suggest a fun game or challenge I can play with friends? 2 truths and a lie. That's fun. Charades. Photo scavenger hunt. I've never done that. That sounds cool. Interesting. That's interesting. 20 questions. I don't know if I've ever played that. I know it's very common. Pictionary. Themed movie night challenge. Karaoke challenge. Would you rather? Interesting. Yeah, DIY escape room. Oh, cool. A mystery dinner party. Oh, that's really cool. These are wonderful ideas. These are really wonderful ideas. And to be honest with you, I've tried most of these at some stage of my life, but it's nice just to kind of go back through them again. Can you generate a random or interesting fact or riddle? Let's see what it picks. All right. So it's going to do, okay, so interesting fact. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's amazing. Due to its low moisture content, its acidic pH. Wow, that is so cool. I did not know that. Wow, that's very cool. Riddle, okay. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body but come alive in the wind. What am I? I don't know. Let's see here. I need a hint. And I love this. Okay, here's a hint. So there's something that can often be found in nature and can carry messages or sound over distances, especially in quiet places. I am not getting it. What is the answer? I'm Yeah, it's pretty late. Oh, an echo. That's wonderful. Oh, I love it. That's so great. No, that is fantastic. Let's see here. I'm going to ask another question. Can you come up with a fictional character based on these traits? Kind, curious, technical, introvert, optimistic. Character profile. Alara Finch, age 28. Occupation, software developer and amateur inventor. Oh, she sounds super cool. Appearance. Alara has a long wavy chestnut hair. She often ties back into loose bun where she works. This is really interesting. Personality traits. Curious. So I love this. It just creates this kind of backstory on a character. I love it. That's so, I know some people that use AI tools to help with their D&D gaming planning and stuff like that, which is fantastic. I love it. Wow, character arc. That's just, kind of going around that, earlier, creating a story. Just using this tool to help you create worlds and stuff. That's just amazing. So I'm going to shift into kind of tech and innovation. So can you explain the latest trends in artificial intelligence? So it did a browse there, which is good. So key trends, generative AI expansion. So a dramatic increase compared to previous years. So a shift towards more creative uses. Integration into workplaces, definitely. AI tools are being used to automate repetitive tasks, absolutely. AI in science and healthcare. Tools are being developed for predictive modeling, disease diagnosis, agricultural innovations, that's cool. Multimodal AI capabilities. So yes, ability for AI to not just take text input, but sound, images, video. That's just really incredible. I love how it's providing, the corresponding content that it's referencing for this. Regulation and ethical considerations, definitely important. Personalization at scale. AI is enabling hyper-personalized experiences in sectors like entertainment and retail. That's cool. And what's great about that is, I remember, is it promoting a bubble? To what degree do we, are having less and less shared experiences in the world? But interesting. So what would be the pros and cons of implementing AI in my personal life? Whoa, it just keeps scrolling. Okay. So pros, enhanced efficiency, personalized experiences, better decision making, learning and development, health and wellness monitoring. Cons, privacy, dependency, task can lead to a decrease in your own problem solving and critical thinking skills. That is absolutely something that I'm a little bit concerned. It's like that, that movie Idiocracy. They had these wonderfully intelligent machines, and then people, just didn't need to be smart because the machines were smart, and then they became, unable to fix the machines as they failed, and all of a sudden you're doing crazy things. Anyway, that dependency is an important thing to take a look at. I've been thinking more about how AI has changed the way I kind of live and work and play and all that. Cost. Implementing AI tools can be sometimes expensive. Subscription costs, services, equipment. Yep. Bias and misinterpretation. AI algorithms can sometimes reflect bias. Absolutely. I've definitely had them provide me some bad information. And a lot of times you just tell it, hey, this information is incorrect. Go update it. Go get the latest information. Overwhelming options. The sheer volume of AI tools and applications can be overwhelming. Absolutely. There's so much. If you thought technology world was moving fast and growing, I tell you, the AI version of it is just on fire. So now I'm going to ask a question, and this is how can I improve my digital presence or personal brand online? All right, so it looks like it searched some other sites. So improving your digital presence or brand online is essential in today's interconnected world. So define your niche. Yes. Establish a personal website. optimize social media, regularly audit your online presence, engage your audience. Building a community is crucial. Create high quality content. Well, that's just too unrealistic. Sarcasm. Leverage SEO basics. Utilize email marketing, network strategy, participate in speaking engagements. I mean, it just feels like, man, as just a person living in the world, there's so many more expectations, to different things. But anyway, this was just a series of questions that I wanted to learn a little bit more about, how AI handles kind of creative exploration, problem solving, learning and education, some life advice and personal development, which I found it to be amazing at. Entertainment and fun. I mean, that quiz it created was awesome. And then just, using it as a learning tool. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So anyway, I am a big fan of OpenAI and ChatGPT. I know they've been going through a lot, but I'm so excited. It feels as though, so many things that I grew up with as a kid that were just science fiction are now reality. And I'm blown away by this new world of AI and all the possibilities it can unlock. We're in our infancy with this, and it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. Since I first logged into ChatGPT on December 12th of 2022, and I remember that date because I was mind blown emoji, and I've been mind blown emoji most of the time to various degrees since then. When I'm using AI, and I'm just truly impressed with this incredible tool. Don't get me wrong, it does hallucinate, it does provide me with bad information. It sometimes doesn't answer questions in a way that's useful, but sometimes I'm not asking the right question, or I'm not providing enough context, or it's kind of like the question behind the question. That I'm struggling with getting to the real heart of the question I'm looking for. So anyway, sometimes it's really, it's really on me. Thank you for watching this video. If you've gotten this far, I'm totally shocked. Leave a comment saying, hey, I watched the end, because I am totally shocked. But for me, this is an incredible journey. I wanted to see how ChatGPT would behave. We did reach a point at which it was going to basically downgrade us from the four omni large language model into, I'm not sure which one it's shifted to, but and to be honest with you, I wish it was a little more transparent about that. That's something that was kind of something I learned late in life, is that a lot of the throttling that happens behind the scenes that you're not aware of, and so you're getting a different level of response based on that. But I'm definitely going to renew my ChatGPT Plus. I want to try out some new features. I want to try out some new models. I want to try out the advanced voice feature. I'm so excited about that. I'm a huge fan of voice conversations. I mean, it has blown me away, and I'm excited about how advanced voice is going to make the experience even more amazing. So anyway, thank you again. If you've gotten this far, wow, you're a trooper, and I am shocked. Please leave me a message saying you got to the end of this video, because I don't think many people do. When I look at my YouTube stats, but anyway, I am having so much fun exploring AI, and piece by piece, tool by tool, learning how to leverage it in different parts of my life. And, to me, there isn't some killer app for AI. The killer app is that how we leverage it in the context of our lives, and with the way we make it useful to us, augmenting our intelligence, improving our ability to get things done. It's just incredible. Anyway, thanks again. And finally, keep using these tools, keep exploring these tools, and hope to see you in the next video.